Hey guys, Pat1979 here. Just gonna show you guys a quick video review on the TOOZO tool wire stripper. These are some tools that I've seen, the wire strippers that I've seen on Amazon, and most people have good reviews on them. I wanted to try them out and to see if they were good or not. Let me just say, guys, that these are not my favorite by any means. So let me take a piece of electrical wires that I'm gonna have to recut here. Click, whoops, straight in the basket. So I'm just gonna show you guys why for electrical jobs and stuff like that, these are not good. Electricians need a little bit longer of a wire to wrap around and just to do connections. And this is just not long enough of a length to be able to do anything. The adjustment is as far back as I can put it. This is only for length. It doesn't do anything for the wire itself. So let me just strip that part out and see how much wire you're left exposed with. So this is not good for an electrician. So let me just take that part of wire and try to strip it. So as you guys saw, it just stripped the shielding on it. And let's just try to do a second time and not go on the shielding. Let's just go there. So we're past the shielding. So now the shielding is giving it the thickness, and it's a little thinner on the wire side, so it's not doing anything except for scraping some of the rubber on it. So not very good for stripping wire from an electrician standpoint. So as you guys saw on the jaws there's usually some plastic being left there. So let me show you guys now what this is supposed to be good for. So I'm gonna do a few tests here. So I have some red wire, so I'm just gonna cut it. So the best part of these strippers are the cutter and the cutting blade here. So click, and these things just cuts perfectly for what it is. So let me just show you guys let me just get the mechanism back a little bit. So let me just show you guys what these are good for, or supposed to be good for. So stripping smaller wires. So as you guys saw, no problem, stripped it very nice. Let's say you need a little bit more because you don't have enough wire to your liking. So let's just strip it another part. And now you guys can see that it just stripped some wires and it took some chunks out of the original wires. So yeah, this thing doesn't have a lot of strand left in there. So this is why, the intended purposes of these wire stripper they're not that good. So took out a few strands here. So let me just show you guys with the Nico. So let's switch it up. So this is why I cannot recommend the TOOZO. They're not versatile enough, and they don't do the job that they're supposed to do for smaller connectors, for smaller wires. So these are supposed to be good for smaller stuff. So I'm gonna just use the wire cutter because these are the best part of these strippers, in my opinion. So if you're just buying them for the cutters, well, just that's not a good deal. So all right, so let's go with the Nico, and let's see with the Nico, the original Nico, if we strip a little piece of wire here, click, and let's just strip that part out. So just strip that part. All the strands are still here. Let's just say you just need a little bit longer of wires. So I'm gonna put them back in there and just strip it out. So click, and I just pull it out gently and see if anything else is coming out. So no. So even for the smaller wires, this thing is not stripping out any strand on the wires here. So hopefully you guys can see, and the camera's focusing not so bad, but no strand left in the other parts. So This is full strand now, so I got a lot of wires to make my connection, and this is going to be a good connection. So if I'm pulling out on them, nothing here, so everything is good. So let's go with a bigger connector. So let's go with some bigger wire here. So I already did this test before, so if you guys see a lot of stuff on the table, a lot of I redid this video a few times. So this is 12 gauge wire for RC cars, connectors, battery connectors. So let me just cut this 12 gauge here so you guys can see 12 gauge. Let me just cut it. The TOOZO, like I said, the only best part is the cutter for the wire stripper. So the best part on them is the cutter. So let me just say, with 12 gauge wire, bigger wire connectors, it's gonna work good for stripping wires for these ones. So let me just strip a part of wire here, click. I can almost feel it biting in, but since the wire are a little bit bigger, oh, there's a little one that, yeah, so it just ripped a tiny part of that wire here. So yep, well, hopefully you guys saw that, but it just ripped a little part. You can almost hear it cutting in there, so that's what's a little bit annoying. So last time I did that test and didn't do that. So let's say I need a little bit more wire, so let's try to pull it out like that. So if I pull it out now, there's no wire piece in there, so everything is fine. But guys, this is why the TOOZO, I mean, they're not as good as the original, as the original Nico. And I got to stretch out the original because if you go on the back here, you can see KYP. So guys, the original Nico are just so much better. So if you want a longer piece of wire, you can go as long or as short as you want with these, so that there's no length that you can't do. And these things, like you guys saw on the smaller wires, it doesn't strip out, it doesn't cut. I think one of the drawbacks is that the jaws, the blades on them are too long a little bit, just a little bit too long, and they're just digging in too far. If you see on the Nico here, the blades are not that big. They don't need to be. They just need to be able to bite in there. So the same type of design a little bit. So you have another part here that, you know, grabs and pull on this, and you just get two blades. But I think one of the fail of this design is just that the teeth, the other sets of blades are just a little bit too long. So that's why it's pulling out and stripping wires. That's what's annoying about it. So guys, the TOOZO, I really had some high hope for my electronics and for stripping wires, and I want to try them out. But I think I'm going to return them because these are defective. So that's what's annoying about it. So I'm going to have to return these. So guys, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. It's always appreciated. If you want a good pair of wire stripper, the Nico, these are the original, which I don't think they sell anymore. They're gone. If you saw my other video with a cheap knockoff from China with the plastic heads and stuff like that. So go with the Irwin, the Kleins, or even the Capri tool. I'm probably gonna order the Capri tool because I need another pair of wire stripper after this. So I'm gonna order some Capri tools and test out the Capri tools, probably versus the Nico if I get a chance. But I'm probably gonna give that pair away to my dad, so because these are the best. So all right guys, I catch you guys on the next one.